I wanted to show you that thing I made.
Yeah,
I don't
please
know
do.
why it didn't work for you. It should have worked. I don't know why it
That's
didn't. I have
okay.
to find out
I
why
run
it
into
didn't.
those
But
things all the time where like it'll work locally, but it won't work somewhere else. You know?
yeah. Okay, so I shared it with you. So
Oh yeah.
it's pretty
Let me
much
put it up.
just a
Yeah.
T. It's pretty much just a TV deal.
Oh
So there's like a TV guide, and it's got like different categories and stuff like that: cartoons, anime, movies, golden age cinema, silent movies, noir, just like a ton of different ones. Even stuff like manufacturing videos and stuff like that. But it uses the API, so the whole backend
yeah.
for it is
Yeah.
just Internet Archive. So it
Yeah.
uses the Internet Archive, and that's where it pulls from. But it also, I created a some like more dynamic channels, so it has its own weather channel.
Oh,
So this is like I'd asked it to create a weather channel that aggregates like the NWS, like National Weather Service stuff, but
yeah.
it'll also play in the background. It will aggregate jazz music from uh Internet Archive. So
Yeah.
so it's got
Yeah.
music to play for the weather. So if you got the
Yeah.
weather on, it's not just
So
weather.
it's like
And
the old cable weather channel.
yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Yeah.
roughly. That was the idea.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a lot older music. But I've tried to add in a couple of things that I'm working on. It's not. I got to wait for an API key from the National Archives, and I'm going to plug in the National Archives API so it could like aggregate stuff from it. And then there's one for the Federal Register too. So this is like documents that are like submitted by the federal government, and it's like
Yeah.
it aggregates that. So it's just like a bunch of channels that aggregate stuff mostly from uh, uh, what's it called, Internet Archive, and then there's
Yeah.
just one right here that just shows space pictures and plays jazz music. But
Oh
it's just
wow.
I just been playing with it for the last, I don't know, it takes forever because it burns the shit out of your credits.
Oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
I can
It'll
only work on it like once every 4 hours. I can work on it, and then
uh-huh.
now I actually got to wait till Wednesday before. But it has like a game show channel too, where it'll aggregate anything that's like game shit that's got tagged game show. A lot of what's my line. There's a
Yeah.
ton of that on there. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
That
yeah,
is
no,
super cool, Rusty. Nice
that's what I was
job.
working on. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I've been messing with. Yeah, it's really
Really.
cool. Like whenever you said the word vibe code the other day, I'd already been messing with some stuff, but like I kind of digged a little deeper in prompts and stuff like that. So I was able to really get it what I wanted out of it because I started utilizing better prompts and stuff. But
You're gonna see that this stuff is addictive, man. You know, getting into this and building things out of nothing, it's super addictive. And
yeah,
like
fun.
that's what I've been doing all weekend. I built out a process to put shirts and stickers and stuff onto my sales site. And so all we have to do now is come up with the image. We throw it the image, and it automatically posts in my Etsy shop and a couple of other places the full ready T-shirt and ready stickers to order.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that kind of stuff that I think we're going to find will really come out of this, and maybe this pushes other people to do things too. Because I think the creativity. Oh, I like that. I like changing the background. The
Yeah, it's got like a background thing.
Yeah, like I built a thing last night where it's like focus. It's a focus app, and so when you put it on, you can either upload your like lo-fi music to play, or you can listen to some that's being auto-generated. And then it also has a thing where over that, it will play like white noise or ambient rhythms.
Oh, that's cool.
Like that.
Yeah.
You can mix them to your like. The other thing it does is when you hit full screen, it pops up a message on your phone and says, "I'm focusing, please come back later." And so you can make the phone the bad guy whenever you're like at work and you need somebody to leave you alone for a little bit because you're working. Well, you can turn that around and they'll see it, and then the phone is the bad guy, not you. So I'm coming up with ways to use it in the real world. But anyway,
that's awesome. Yeah. No, so what I've also done to it is it's also got ads. So like after a video finishes, it'll aggregate a vintage ad and it'll play a vintage ad. But it's also got It's also kind of feature rich too. I've got like a full where it blows the screen up into like full screen, and then it's got zoom where it'll zoom the image in, but there's not enough space. Like I got to widen it or whatever. But it's even got like picture settings. The cabinet change. It can do picture in picture. It's got a sleep feature too.
The other thing that I've noticed, Rusty, is I get a lot of good extra features and things on things when I just ask it. Like, what else would you put in it? You know, do some deep research and find some things for it. Yeah.
I had an idea of kind of what I wanted. So it's got a VCR feature too. So you click the saved button right here, and it'll there's 3 movies that I saved just to try it out.
Awesome.
So it has a save feature where it'll save like a VCR thing. It has a marathon button too that will just take over the whole channel, and it overrides the ads, and it'll just run a marathon of whatever that channel's about.
Hey, what's that weird ass channel that you used to watch? The one with all the culty stuff on it and things.
Oh, that's kind of what inspired some of this. EternalFamily.tv. I still watch that. It's a streaming, it's a streaming service, and they have a ton of stuff on there too. But also on this one there's a banish button. So if I don't like the video, I can click banish. But I also have a clear ban button too. So if I banish it and I want to clear everything that I banished because maybe I banished too much or something like that. And then it's got a stats feature too. So it tells you how many programs have played, what your top channels are. So yeah, I added a few different things. And there's an archive. Cool. There's a button too that whatever video you're watching, if you scroll down to the bottom of the features, it's system features. I've got one that has an archive. So it'll take you to the website for Internet Archive. There's the 12 and 24-hour clock change. There's a diagnostic button too, because I kept having issues and I didn't know what was breaking. So I told it to add a diagnostic feature so I could run a diagnostic, and then I screenshot the diagnostic and I give it to the AI, and the AI fixes whatever's wrong. And then even a help button that gives you all the shortcuts. It's got shortcuts for all the keyboard for the keyboard as well.
That's super cool, man. Yeah, that's really, really nice. Good job. Yeah. I was talking to so I have started talking to Claude, and when I talk to it as I'm driving around, I'm trying to get it to run all of my events and my appointments and stuff, just so that things stop falling through the cracks. You know.
Yeah.
But I was talking to it the other day, and I asked it specifically. I said, "How hard would it be to build a Roku channel?" And it came back and it said, "Oh, it's not hard at all. We can do that in a day or whatever." I'm like, "Oh shit. Okay. Well, then maybe we start looking at building out a channel where we just start populating it with weird shit, you know?"
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, not for sure. I would like that. That'd be great. So this is all public domain stuff.
Well, that's what I was wondering. I didn't know if it was okay to re-show this stuff or not.
Most of it's public domain, so it should be good.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not, it'll just cut it out. Like,
you can throw all kinds of stuff on there, and I think if you name the files correctly, it could put up like almost like MTV used to down in the corner, like where it's from, what it's about, you know, that kind of thing, and have like a WTV or something like that, you know, that we just throw whatever we want to on there and leave it as a streaming channel and just see what happens.
Yeah, that's kind of what like a lot of this is right here. That's kind of like what of the inspiration for this is I just want to be able to throw this on an old CRT TV and just let it, you know, put it on one of these channels and let it run. My next thing is I want to try to do a remote feature where I can have my phone and I could change the app through my phone or whatever.
Yeah.
I have it set up now. I have it set up to where it gives me 2 versions. It gives me a mobile version and it gives me the desktop version. So there's also a mobile version for it as well.
I think setting up your phone as a remote wouldn't be that big a deal as long as it's on the Wi-Fi together.
No, I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. Well, what I want to do is I want to take it from HTML and I want to go upload it as an actual web app and drop it into there's another it's called Figma, Figma.
Yeah. And
I want to drop this into Figma because Figma is a lot easier to host. So if I drop it into Figma, Figma will automatically host it. So, but I'm worried about it breaking in the process of swapping it to Figma because I got to give I have to give the HTML code to Figma for Figma to do it to the web.
So I'm using Claude. I'm using Codex, which is ChatGPT's thing, which is surprisingly very, very good. And then I'm using AI Studio, all to do different projects. And what I'll do is if I run into a situation like you did, where it's, oh, you're out of credits till Wednesday or whatever, I'll tell it to zip it all up for me into one file. And then I'll just move it over to Codex and say, okay, take a look at this zip and let's continue building this thing. And it will, it's not a bad thing also to have it check its own code or take it over into a different one and say, check this code for me, find any security holes, find if it's costing me any money on the back end to hit these APIs, keep all that down, all of that kind of stuff. And it'll go through, because these things are notorious about writing like 5 times as much code as you actually need. And so it can slow things down. If you tell it to go check and get rid of anything it doesn't need, it'll make it a lot more lightweight. And then,
that's what I've been doing with the prompting. So with the prompting, the prompts are kind of in depth and pretty long, but what it does is it pretty much says, as if you were a UXI, system stack developer, do a deep analysis and then run through everything, and it gives it all the possible things that you could think of. And that's what it's funny, because I'll use ChatGPT and tell it to make the prompt for Claude, and I specify what I want for the prompt, and then I put the prompt in Claude. But for pretty much for this TV app, I did everything pretty much without understanding prompts a little bit more. So once I now understand them a little bit better, my next one won't take as long to make. This one took me like 2 weeks to get it to where I wanted it.
The other one that you need to be aware of is in Claude, it's not super great at design. I mean, I know they just came out with that Claude design piece, that you can put it in there. But
this is designed in Claude, and it's not. The UI could look way better, I think.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you zip it up and just take the whole zip over to Codex and say, keep everything as is, but give me a couple of options if we were to redesign this thing and make it look like it's from the 70s or from the 80s. Maybe you have a 70s, 80s, 90s button or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I wanted, was a 70s, 80s, 90s button. Yeah, but every time it did it would break the data layer.
Yeah.
No, every time I would get it to do it, it kept breaking the data layer, and I'd have to back.
I got you.
I don't know why.
Also remember, I have a Cloudflare account, so I mean, if you need to put something on Cloudflare, we can do that too.
I'll
Cloudflare will take your domain, and if you have a domain, and it'll take it'll host you for free up to a certain degree, but it will host for free. So
this is pretty light. It's not very extensive.
Well, what I'm saying is that will also allow you to use the S3 stuff. So any of Amazon's pipes, which, if you're going to do video, Amazon's the way to go, because even Netflix uses Amazon's pipes for their video.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
So, all right, man. Well, that's beautiful. Nice job. Nice job.
Yeah,
I'd love to. Yeah, next week let's talk again and see what each other have done in this area, because I think it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, no, it's fun. I enjoy it. Yeah, like we could just have a show called Vibe Coding, and we just
I love it.
We just randomly code things. Yeah,
I love that. All right, man. I'll see you later.
All right, man. Later.
Take it easy.